Morning. Let's talk about a situation that I had with my clients this week. So I have clients that are retiring. They have continued to work. They're over the age of 65 and they have decided that they are retiring at the end of April. So how do we take care of their Medicare? Let's review that they had credible coverage. What is credible coverage? Credible coverage is when you have health insurance through your employer that has 20 or more employees, okay? Once you have credible coverage, you do not have to get onto Part B, as in boy, for Medicare. You can hold off. You'll automatically get Part A, but you do not need to take Part B. And I'm encouraging you that if you have credible coverage, not to take Part B, because I want you to be able to be new to Medicare or new to Part B when you do decide to retire and take Medicare, okay? And the reason why is because you will get guaranteed issue when you take Part B for a Medicare supplement, okay? And there's no reason to be paying for your group insurance and a Medicare, okay? It's ridiculous. So you're over-insuring yourself and you don't need it. So do not take Part B if you have credible coverage with an employer with 20 or more employees. Okay, let's get back to the situation. Now, they are retiring. We filled out the form, sent it into their HR department. Medicare issued their Part B premium. Now, they are moving from one state to the next. So they are moving from Florida to another state. How do we set up their Medicare for that? Number one, if you are on original Medicare and going to be taking a Medicare supplement or a Medigap, both the same thing, right? A Medicare supplement is also known as a Medigap, and it does exactly what it says. It picks up the gaps of original Medicare, all right? So take your Part B, for example. It's an 80-20 plan. Once you pay the annual deductible, you are responsible for 20% of whatever the bill is, okay? So let's just use $100 as an example. I've already paid my annual deductible. My bill is $100. 80% is paid by Medicare. I'm responsible for $20. My Medicare supplement, or also known as a Medigap, comes in and picks up that $20 for me, okay? Now, I can, purchase a part or a Plan G or a Plan N Medicare supplement in Florida and move to California, Utah, Michigan, wherever I want, Maine, wherever I want, and it doesn't really matter because it is taken anywhere in this country across the board as long as your doctor takes original Medicare. No questions asked, no referrals, none of that stuff, okay? So I can purchase it here in Florida and move to wherever, and it doesn't matter. If I am going to be purchasing and using a Medicare Advantage plan, also known as a Part C, that is where it gets a little tricky. If I have one in my county right here, Seminole County in Florida, and I move back to Rhode Island where I'm from, I would need to switch my plan when I get to Rhode Island, okay? Because remember, a Medicare Advantage plan, also known as a Part C, is good for counties. It goes by zip code. So if I have one for Seminole County, it's going to be good for Seminole County, Orange County, and a couple Osceola County in that area. But if I move back to Rhode Island, it is not going to be any good to me in Rhode Island. So I would need to get a new Part C. So if you are moving, say you already purchased a home and you know the address and you know the zip code and you're going to be there it's April right now, so you're going to be there for May 1st, we would actually write your Medicare Advantage plan for the new address, new zip code, in the new state, okay? Because if I write it here in Florida and you move to Rhode Island next week for May 1st, it's not going to work, okay? It's not going to be good. You'll be out of network and you'll have no coverage. Because remember, with a Medicare Advantage plan, you have to choose between an HMO and a PPO. And you also have networks, you have co-pays, you have max out-of-pockets, referrals, all of that stuff. on a Medicare supplement, also known as a Medigap, you do not have referrals, you do not have max out-of-pockets, you do not have an HMO or a PPO because it's a supplement. It picks up the gaps of original Medicare. All right, I hope that clears it up. If you guys have any questions about original Medicare, Medicare supplements, Part C, also known as a Medicare Advantage plan, put them in the comments and we'll answer them. Or if you have any questions about Medicare or Social Security. All right, you guys have a great day and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.